Oh, Donald Trump, here we go again. Last night he was at he was at a rally in Greenwood, Nebraska, I believe it was. Out in Nebraska, by the way, endorsing a gubernatorial candidate who has been charged or accused of sexual assault, which for this party it talks about grooming, goes along with Matt Gaetz and the 17-year-olds, and goes along with Lauren Boebert's husband, who exposed himself to young women in a bowling alley, and goes along with Jim Jordan ignoring what was going on at OSU, and goes on with, Roy Moore, who was asking trigonometry formulas of the 13-year-old he called and asked out on a date while she was in trig class. This goes with that pattern. And Trump himself, who used to walk through changing rooms of the pageants he owned, and has been accused credibly of rape by a number of women and sexual assault. But I digress. In this case, he wanted to talk about all the great candidates he just endorsed. Dr. Oz, he actually got that one right, although the kind of laughable endorsement. But then he endorsed the great JD Mandel. JD Mandel, you ask? Who is that? We ask that too. There is no JD Mandel. Now, here in Ohio, there is a JD Vance that he's endorsed. Somebody that called him cultural heroin, I believe, a couple years ago, called Trump that, said that he was awful, said he was going to hold his nose and vote for Hillary, and all sorts of anti-Trump things. But he's lucky enough to have his whole entire life owned and sponsored by the billionaire Peter Thiel, and Peter Thiel and Trump are just like that. They're sort of James Bond villains wanting Earth's destruction together. So he endorsed JD Vance. And there's Josh Mandel, who's willing to say, do anything, sell out anyone, including getting a divorce from his own wife because she couldn't, her whole family, which is liberal, could not handle his crazy right-wing nutty politics. He wanted Trump's endorsement. He instead got the boo-boo prize, Ted Cruz. And so you've got these two idiots going around the state trying to win the primaries tomorrow. But the point here is that there's a big chance for Donald Trump to say, I endorse JD Vance. The polls are close right now. Instead, he endorsed JD Mandel, a sort of congealed old cheese version, where they kind of melt into each other, and you're sort of horrified and sickened by the result. Like if those two came together and you had a JD Mandel, I would predict a sort of event horizon that may suck the entire earth and really everything we know into it, and end all life as we know it. And yet that would still be better than living on an earth with a JD Mandel, because they each have really pretty much the worst qualities that any American male can have, and the few that each one of them doesn't have, the other one nicely fills in for. But in any case, let's get back to Dementia Don. Don can't remember all sorts of things, and this is another one. Can't remember who he even endorsed. It's JD Mandel. So somebody smartly put a Twitter account up, JD Mandel, write in JD Mandel, and of course Twitter made sure to take that down immediately because they hate censorship and they hate cancel culture, except for when maybe it's something that might hurt the right. But I would encourage you all. I mean, look, we all have freedom, as the right has told us. We have this great freedom, and we really need to sort of just grab it by the hind legs and endorse it. And so I would say, if you're a Republican watching this and you're going to vote in Ohio, like, don't let them tell you have to vote for JD Vance or Josh Mandel. They don't have the right to tell you what to do. Wear a frickin' mask and not accidentally shoot your child. Go and write in JD Mandel. You will be glad you did.